If you are struggling in the Pokemon Pocket ranked and ranking up is hard for you, I recommend you give this brand new Pikachu, Pachirisu, and Magnezone deck a red hot go. Now, this is one of two decks I played a lot to get to Ultra Ball. I'm currently Ultra Ball 1, I've just got here. The other deck was Gallade, which I've got a video on. There are obviously some slight changes to that deck, so I will do a new video on that. But this deck is really bloody good. Now, this deck, the ideal start is Pachirisu on field as your basic. 1 energy gives you 10 damage and allows you to attach the energy to one of your benched electric Pokemon. The perfect start would see you having the brand new Pikachu on bench because you can get some energies into this guy for Thunderbolt really quickly. Simultaneously, if there is a world you've managed to get your Pikachu and your Magneton down very early and a Pachirisu on field, you have pretty much the perfect start. Now, of course, this does discard all energies from the Pikachu, but if you do have your Magneton, it's pretty quick and easy to get more energies on that. So with all that said, X Speed and Dawn are very important in this deck. As for the overall deck list, we go back. This deck runs 2 Magnemites, 2 Magnetons, 2 Magnezones, 1 new Pikachu, 2 new Pachirisus. Now I run an X Speed for the synergy with X Speed plus Dawn. Then we're running the 2 Pokeballs. We're running 1 Pokemon Comms just to try and fish for that Magnezone or that Magneton or just something you might need. Then we run 2 Oaks, of course. We run 1 Cyrus. Now people do run this without Cyrus as well, but I think Cyrus is just really important. Then of course we run 1 Red, who is very important because a Red plus Pikachu gives you the ability to one-shot Gyarados, and also a ton of other Mons, especially if they do manage to have a giant cape. And then Sabrina is just always a good early game stall. Being on a bit of a win-loss kind of route. It's just because every now and then you do just get hit with that fighting deck or you get bricked. It can be pretty frustrating, but that's the nature of an RNG game. Sometimes you might win 5 in a row. Sometimes you might lose 5 in a row. Sometimes you might win 5, lose 2, win 5, lose 2. Sometimes you might win, lose. So it's really just up at the luck of the draw, quite literally. So turn 2 here is nice against the grass deck. Honorable mention, Meowscarada is another one of those decks that is a little bit of a pain, provided this is Meowscarada. It has some pretty interesting like HP thresholds, which makes it a little bit harder. Pikachu can one-shot, but Magnezone itself does have some difficulty, and I didn't mention it, but that is the reason. This deck is the reason that I run Rocky Helmet. You get into some pretty annoying scenarios, specifically against this deck, just because of its HP threshold being quite annoying. All right, so this is a pretty nice start. We do have the early Ton and Zone. Whether this is going to be conducive to a win, it's always a hard deck just due to Erica. Erica undoes a lot. And we're doing no damage next turn, so yeah, it gets a little bit sweaty. But at the same time, like Meowscarada doesn't do huge damage to Zone, so that is an added benefit. Alright, looks like that is hard committing, which is nice, because we do obviously have the Ton and the Zone ready to go. So I actually don't need to feed the energy into Magneton here. I'm going to Poker Comms the second Zone. Just if we can pull Patchy, it gives us some like a blanket of security. Or a second Magnemite's also good. That's good. So we can just go into Pika here because we can charge and hit next turn either way. Obviously, like, also gives a bit of protection. Gives us like a little bit of protection against Team Rocket, the Team Rocket Grunt card, which is a bit of a pain, but not many people do run that, so this is a decent spot. So Meowscarada does enough to 2-turn. No, just shy of 2-turning. Rocky Helmet would be annoying though. Giant Cape, that's fine. So we still get an energy into Pika for free next turn because we can just Volt Charge. The only way I could see us losing from here would basically be, that's also fine, would basically be if they put out like a Mars or something there. So the beauty here is we have 2 tons. We got both our zones. There's no limitation to how much we Volt Charge. And we get our Pikachu ready for next turn. So we got 110 into Meowscarada. It's all they have. They've got all the basics down. You can't take the zone out next turn. Sabrina doesn't do much for us because we can just get Ton back in. Like Magnezone retreats are free because we can get a second energy. So yeah, pretty much locked. That was a perfect hand for us, but that deck is probably one of the hardest decks by a country mile. Probably one of the hardest decks for this deck to beat. But obviously, as you can see, like this deck can get going really quickly with a bit of luck. So you will run into a Palkia deck or a Gyarados deck far more than a fighting deck. But I think one of the reasons it's got a little bit difficult at the higher tier is because what's happening now is more and more people are playing Gallade to try and counter the high energy like meta decks, like the Giratina decks. So running into the fighting deck can be a little bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, good starting hand, double oak. Fighting another grass deck. So yeah, Meoscarada is like in vogue. I haven't actually tried it myself, but I'm assuming it's probably quite good against, well, especially against Darkrai. But Darkrai's not really showing up anymore. Giratina and Mewtwo seems to have overtaken Giratina Darkrai. All right, the Dash Rotom's interesting. It makes me think this might be... Makes me think this might be Arceus and Carnivine. All right, so the good thing here is, like, the reason I didn't play Pika first turn is he gets free damage, so this is not bad. Okay, we need Pokecoms pretty desperately. We have all of the things. All right. I will do this, though, just because we're going to need to do this. But it's going to have to get some damage down. I got the X speed, but I don't really want him to get like Sabrina me, but it's fine. We can just XP back, but yeah, not ideal. Right, so good early speed for Pikachu. The hand looks really good. I mean, I do feel bad for this guy or this person because I was streaming last night. If you didn't watch my Twitch stream, and I disconnected and lost a 3 streak to just bad servers, which was really frustrating. And I tried to connect in, it just wouldn't let me back in. They conceded, okay. Well, I mean, that one doesn't really count, I guess, but hopefully we get a bit more variance. I just don't want to run into a fighting deck, because as soon as we do, I know my streak's about to hit an abrupt end. So that is 12 wins, uninterrupted, without a loss, to hit Ultra Ball 2. Ultra Ball is a serious grind. In Ultra Ball, you don't get any points for win streaks. It is a serious, serious grind. It is pain and torture. You're going to have to probably try and farm like a rank a day, if possible. Like half a rank a day. I don't know. There's a lot of ranks to get through to get the Master Ball. So, right, turn 2 is nice. Steel deck. Early Patchy's good. Pokeball and Oak. Okay, pretty good start. And a Pokecoms. I can get around this start. Shaman on field. Okay, that's a good sign for me and a bad sign for them, but we'll see what happens. That means they probably didn't start with anything useful. They just threw the Pokeball. Okay, so I'm assuming Dialga or Arceus comes down. I would actually rather Arceus come down than Dialga, but between a Pokeball and an Oak, I'm sure they've drawn them. But it gives me a turn if they don't have an X speed. They must have an X speed. Why would you Rocky into that? Yeah, okay, that's fine. One of the biggest risks as well for this deck fighting the Dialga Arceus deck is you can't really afford to give them an early kill on the Patchy, which it gets a little bit hairy quickly. So we'll see how we go here. Okay, that's actually that's not that helpful. I probably got to save that for the Arceus. All right, so we poke it here, and then we Oak. Angry Doggo. All right, Magnemite there is actually amazing. Pikachu would be great too. All right. I mean, that's not the end of the world. I mean, he's not attacking me next turn. I'm going to take 20 damage of like chip, which sucks, but I get early feed into Magnemite. But yeah, like I said, this is a bit of an awkward start for me. The Rocky Helmet's really annoying. It just means this is pretty much all I can do with Patchy. Because if I attack this turn, then next turn they take me out with... next turn they take me out with with Metallic Turbo, so I kind of just have to let it sit patchy on field, which is a little bit annoying. Okay, that is really good though. But at the same time, doesn't help me a great deal. So I'm gonna need... Really needed Sabrina here. Sabrina here would have been phenomenal. So I can't afford to attack with Patchy, and there's actually no need to. If I pivot in... I mean, I probably got a Rocky Helmet on the ton here anyway. Oops. I just can't afford to attack this turn, that's all. I mean, there actually probably was a play there. No, I need Pika. There was a play there to Rocky Helmet to Patchy, get the Dialga to 130, take him out with red. But then I just get wiped by Arceus following turn. Because of the Rocky Helmet damage. Actually, would it have been 110? Maybe that was the play. I mean, we just need Pika here. Pika here and we can chill. Alright. Alright. How to play this? So I think I'm probably a turn behind where I need to be. But if I sack Patchy, it gives him 2 Arceus set up, which is really bad. So I can't really afford to do that. So I have to go aggressive. And it just means that I'm in a really shitty position. I think I'm gonna red here. Only because he can't be cheeky and get another Metallic Turbo off. This turn anyway, without having to put Arceus straight back on. Because if he get Metallic Turbo and I kill him, it just buys him another turn. Alright. So this is going to get really sweaty. What I need to do is draw another basic. Otherwise, I potentially get Sabrina fucked here. Hey, buddy. I need another basic or I get destroyed by Sabrina. So yeah, we need an Oak or a Pokeball or a basic. So we have to go to the Patchy sack, obviously. If I get Sabrina, it's Jova. Okay, we need to hit a basic. If we don't hit a basic, we just die to Sabrina. Okay, that's big. Alright, this pretty much means... This means subject to, like, some absolute bullshit. We kill Arceus next turn. It's still going to be a little bit sweaty, because... well, you can understand how it's a little bit sweaty here, right? But there's no way to get out of kill range here, unless he's got a Cape and a Nurse. A Cape and a Nurse would save them, but... This is still probably an L for us, I think. I don't know. That's fine. I mean, it is semi-smart by them. It just means that, like, now Patchy is vulnerable to Metallic Turbo too, so faster kill ramp, and I don't have a way to... I mean, actually, that's actually potentially a bad move by them. If I can draw into Dawn... All right, we're gonna go for it. If I can draw into Dawn, we could still take this out. It's gonna be really sweaty, but we'll try. I mean, I would have loved to not have to X-speeded there, but... So it would have actually been nicer if they made the exact same play. If they made that exact same play without doing that. So they're going to Metallic Turbo this turn. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm screwed to Arceus either way, hey? I think I'm fricked to Arceus either way, because Cyrus will just take me out. Right, that's a really unfortunate draw. Because that's just a double retreat. Because then I died a Rocky. Yeah, this is Jova. I just needed to have my second ton and second zone not being the last two cards here. If that was zone and ton, we'd probably still lose this, because this is pretty much just a retreat. I mean, they could just Cyrus in Patchy. You don't even need to retreat in Arceus. I'm assuming they're going for the full show. They're going to Cyrus in my Pico. Yeah, that's right. I mean, yeah. Tough matchup. Specifically, this one is quite a tough matchup. Definitely prefer facing off against some different decks. And if that went a little bit differently, you know, but bit of a hard one to deal with. The Rocky helmet is pretty terrible. So that did drop our streak, but look, at the end of the day, streaks don't give you anything in Ultra Ball, which is, I think, again, a mistake. I mean, it's pretty standard in card games not to get extra, but I think losing 7, going up 10, and needing 12 to go up a tier is fine in like a balanced card game, but I gotta tell you, the amount of times I've died to, or sorry, I've lost to just running into turn 1 Articuno is laughable. Turn 1 Articuno is full semi. All right, this is okay. I think the worst possible start here would have been Weavile. Sneasel Weavile is really, really bad. Okay, I'm guessing... Did they just draw in a Druddy? Why wouldn't you have started? Alright, this is interesting. If they don't get another basic down, this is very interesting. Sabrina here is good. We got the ton, we got the zone. We can get an early KO on Darkrai here. This is a pretty good starting hand if you're not getting like your Patchy. If you can get the zone line, alright, that's fine. I think this person has screwed up and they're running multi-energy. I want to say they've made a mistake here and they just haven't fixed their energies in their deck. There's no way they'd be running 3 energies. Okay, that is... Well, I mean, that's obviously quite bad. It's not ideal at all. That is a bit more helpful. That was a fantastic red card. That's really, really done a job on me. So I lose 40 a turn. But it's worth the feed. So you could argue I could have just fed straight in the Pika there, but take another 40 next turn, so I live on 10 HP. They can't actually. They can't. They've got their multi-energy, so they can't get the damage off. They can't get the damage off with Darkrai because it's a fire energy, not a dark energy. I mean, that's still fine. I can still feed. I die next turn though. They conceded. Okay. I mean, they probably still could have won there, let's be honest, but I'll take it. But my experience in Ultra Ball has been this. It's either just like a complete easy stomp or like some absolute shenanigans happen. He's got a Wailmer plushie that I won in Japan from a crane game, and I decided to bestow it upon him as a gift, and he loves it, but he loves to destroy. Yeah, again, a pretty good starting hand. It's like grass deck, so yeah, you can see Meoscarada is definitely in vogue here. I will say, probably Exeggutor Meoscarada. I will say that like Gallade was really fun, but the problem with Gallade was 110% that Meoscarada was a massive pain in the ass. Oh, that's really nice. God, I run the risk of getting carded here or Marsed if I show off too much, but right, I'm gonna just I guess I won't comms yet. I don't want to get I just don't want to get. Yeah, I'm gonna Rocky this, which is an interesting choice by me, but I don't want to put the Pika on and get Sabrina. Right, so we got turn 1, which is actually not too bad against eggs. If he does want to slam me here, that'll be interesting, but he probably wouldn't, but they might. Ooh, I just threw his toy into... Wow, Iono. All right. Hey, I mean, look, not a bad hand for us at all. Oh, it's Beedrill, okay. Look, return serve, pretty good hand, let's be honest. I'm pretty happy with this hand if he's gonna now we have an extremely high chance of getting Pika. Yeah, so like they actually helped us out there. They did us a real solid. So I'm pretty happy with that. Thank you very much, friend. That is probably one of the downsides of Ionoing when I have such a strong starting hand as well. Like, we have a ton of cards. Mars or red card would have been super detrimental to me, but obviously he did that for himself. Beedrill's attack is pretty annoying because it does remove an energy. But this isn't too bad. Pretty good start now with the ton. We just need to get the zone. An 80 here would be annoying. We are vulnerable to this coin toss. A Tails here would be phenomenal. Okay, that's good. That's really, really, really good. I do have a Dawn, so X speed would enable me to kill this right now. Well, I guess the beauty here is I can still kill it now. We feed the Pika, we Dawn, we take kill. And then we just need Ton to do work. Woof, 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 woof. Alright. So we get the early kill here, which is really good. What do you do? 20? Alright. Alright, so that's 2 points for the eggs. I'm sure they've got the B already. If he Sabrina's me, we'll just give him the kill on Patchy. He does 80 anyway, so he would have killed a full HP Patchy. The question's just going to be... he's got quite a bit of HP. He's like 170, isn't he? Wow, he doesn't have it. Wow. Do I have any avenue to win this turn? No, not really. I mean, I can energy into Pika. I'm only running one Dawn though, so it's kind of pointless. I mean, Pika lives another turn, so... Unless he's running... I mean, they could be running red, in which case we'll get a little bit sweatier. Red and Cyrus would be bad for me. Beedrill, Red, and Cyrus are the cards that they need. That's pretty bad too. Don't get me wrong. Okay, well, if they don't get the parrot here, then we're home free. They got it? That's fine. I mean, it's not really fun, to be honest. All right. I guess I have... Oh, I guess I can Volt Charge next turn plus energy, which will get me to... which will keep me safe from the Beedrill ability. I'm just not sure if I can take him out in 2 turns with Erica. Might not be able to. That's fine. I mean, we just gotta dodge Para. That would be scary if you could use it on any mon on field, not just the active. Okay, if we can dodge Para, we're gonna just win the game. But like, yeah. They're bricked, but they're stalling. Alright, GG. Whew. We don't need to do this. Yeah, I'm just being an asshole. All right, GG. Man, I mean, damn, if they drew Beedrill, I was in serious trouble there. I was in serious trouble. Them getting that second Para was a little bit scary, but yeah, unlucky for them. They had like, what, 8 cards left and no Beedrill, but damn. But yeah, they're probably the most played decks. Solo Articuno and Palkia are the ones I like seeing the most. Seeing that little water symbol makes me very happy because it's like a pretty big boon for us. Okay, so this is one of the worst starts just from a not wanting Pika on field. We do luckily have turn 2. But if that was a Darkrai that comes out on field, that's pretty much an instant L. If we had turn 1, this would be an instant L, just because that damage on Pikachu is really bad because they can Osiris you back in at the worst time for an easy kill. This Pikachu is very frail. It's just a gigantic risk, and this does put us behind the energy curve, which sucks. But we do have a pretty good starting hand if we can wrangle something together. Drawing X speed would be freaking great. But also only if we get patchy, so... Okay, that's really good. That increases our chances of not getting cocked. Yeah, that's patchy. We can pull X speed here. No X speed, that's fine. Alright, so what we're going to do is go straight into patchy. I can't afford to let Pika get hit. If they want to waste a Sabrina, bring in like Magnemite in or something, that's fine. But yeah, pretty much lost our entire turn 1 advantage just to starting with Pika. But, you know, it is what it is. Starting Magnemite's not very safe here either. I mean, starting Patchy's the way. But they're going to be viewing energies fast. I'm really hoping they don't leaf this turn. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. That's a little bit unfortunate. Just because, I mean, if we get Sabrina, I would use it. I need to like farm energy as much as possible. We do live 1 turn due to no Rocky, but yeah, I definitely go for this. That said, no, let's think about this. I'm gonna live on 10 HP. If I can pull Dawn, Pika's active next turn. But I can't Dawn in the same turn anyway. So I think I just need... I can't Dawn and Sabrina in this same turn. If I Sabrina now, it's probably actually still better. This is probably still the best play. I mean, they can kill me next turn with Giratina if they want to. No? Okay. Actually, no, they can't. Turn after. Alright. We get some damage in the Darkrai, which makes him Cyrus vulnerable. Get that into Pika. We got Zone and Ton, which was nice to start with. So Zone's ready to go next turn, and we have the red, so we can take the Darkrai out immediately, but Giratina will rear his ugly head really quickly. So I do still need... Yeah, I kind of need to get the kill on Darkrai, because if Dragon comes in, I'm in a really bad spot where they can just slowly chip me down with Darkrai. So I think I actually have to take the kill next turn and then just try and stall out. All right, we're going to Volt Charge. I'm going to try... and fish for a Magnemite or another basic. I'm gonna need a bit of protection. Not ideal. Alright, so if we retreat into the zone, we can kill... with red. And then, I mean, he can't kill us... Giratina can't one-tap us unless they're running Giovanni, which they're probably not. So I think I made the right choice here. So he needs to be running Giovanni, which he probably isn't. They will definitely be running red. I'd be very, very surprised if someone was running Giovanni, and it would be relatively unlucky for them to have it. But yeah, we just need to get that's annoying. That's actually really bad. All right, this will just influence how I play the next turn. Okay, this is phenomenally bad. That is actually put me in a really bad spot. Because I died a Rocky. We really needed to get a Magnemite. I died a Rocky if I hit him, right? If I don't hit him, I get killed by Darkrai. So my only choice is to really retreat back into Patchy. That's pretty much my only choice here. So we retreat back into Patchy. I mean, Magnezone's dead in the water here, so it doesn't really matter. We retreat into Patchy. That potentially still gets me cucked by Sabrina and Darkrai, so this is potentially still an L. But and then I just have to sit on this. We've got the X speed, so they might get complacent and think we can't kill them next turn because we do have the X speed. But if they Sabrina Magnezone in, we are still okay. I think this gets us the win. I'm just trying to think how they win from here. Putting the Patchy in was definitely the right play because now they can't take me out with the energy. Not hitting him was obviously smart too. This is fine. Yeah, okay. I think they need a giant cape here. If they don't have a giant cape, we're fine. But also, that's their second leaf. Okay. All right, I need Cyrus. I need Cyrus. Give me Cyrus, please. Go on. I don't have red. I do 150 to Giratina. That cape is very annoying. Yeah, the cape just sealed it. There's no pathway forward. There's still a world. There's no longer a world. Oh, there you are. Wow. GG's. Man, I thought I was playing that well. That cape was clutch. They got the cape they needed, and I didn't get the Cyrus. I do promise you that this deck will absolutely blitz the lower ranks. But, yeah, it's all a bit of like a circle of life once you get up to Ultra Ball, man. It's all just the Wild West. Alright, it might be a redemption arc. We might be fighting the same one. We got a better start this time because he didn't start with Pika. I do absolutely love fighting this deck with Gallade. Gallade claps this deck. Sudowoodo starting. Okay, it's the Giratina Mewtwo version, which is actually pretty damn scary. I actually find this version even harder to beat than the previous. Alright, that's okay. Again, Pika is kind of like really necessary here. That's beautiful. Okay. Like, this is a pretty optimal start. So, I mean, if we can't get the W from here, it's just the diff, man. An early Sabrina would absolutely be amazing. I mean, he's pretty much ready to go next turn. So am I if I can draw Dawn. But, like, again, I blitz him the following turn. So... and we got the red as well, so we're pretty well covered here. Okay, we didn't get the Dawn. That's fine. But we do have... so we will lose Patchy here. We do lose Patchy here, like guaranteed. Yeah. Oh, that's pretty nice. Yeah, that's right. We're gonna lose Patchy, but for a good cause. Giant Cape won't save him. He needs Giant Cape and Nurse, but we still kill him with red no matter what, so... the Mewtwo will have zero, and well, he'll have zero energies, yeah, so... we should be okay for pace here, since we have Zone ready to go. Are you going to waste your heal too? I mean, the red's going to... yeah, okay, perfect. So that's fine, because we still take him out. This is great. They've wasted their resources. No annoying cape situations like last game. So yeah, Pika's going to take him out, which is really good. I mean, I don't know why he did that when he's in range anyway. I feel like people forget that they do 20 self-hit damage. So like, regardless, like, this is just like GG for us, but... Volt charge. Gonna give this guy an aneurysm. Double volt charge. Take Zone down in case he's got a sneaky little card up his sleeve. Yeah, we should be good here just because there's no way that they can pace this out now. We just X speed straight into Zone, start clapping. 2 turns, GG's. They'll pivot between mons, so we should be fine. They can't kill my Pika this turn. It's just scary how fast Giratina sets up with this ability. If we draw Sabrina too, that's obviously like another GG. Alright, let's thin that deck out. Right, Patchy doing its job. We're gonna Volt Charge. Actually, not really a need to burn the X speed here. We might need it. Oh. Nah, let's do it. I think preserving the energy on Peak is pretty good here. I mean, Team Rocket Grunt Coin would be annoying, but... alright. That takes him down, and he can't kill me next turn because he's got to rest a turn, so yeah. This should be a GG. I don't really see how to get out of this. There's no way to get enough energies fast enough. But probably a concede and or being stubborn. So yeah, I mean, this game just... yeah. the Sabrina and the Concede. That's one of the... Was that a full art Sabrina they want to show off? But yeah. So yeah. I'm glad we got the tiebreaker there. Just to show that we can deal with this deck as well. Just a different turn order, not getting stuck with Pika. Like, some bad things happened to us. They got a really opportune Giant Cape. We didn't draw Cyrus. So, yeah. Definitely should have had their number there, but it is what it is. I'll leave the video here. I think that was 5 wins, 2 losses. A couple of weird games in there, a couple of concedes, but some good games as well. A really fun deck. Give it a go. It is really, really solid. It's nice to see Pikachu being relevant again because Sudowoodo wiped it out of existence. And Sudowoodo is still a little bit of a problem for this deck, but he's not really common enough at the moment. Gallade is playable, but not enough. But anyway, if you did enjoy this video, please do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for the next one, and good luck with your ranked endeavors.